Well, friends, welcome to Stormtopia.com, the daily forecast video once again, folks. Here I am, trying to show up on the camera. Where is he? Well, he's gone. Alright, guys, let's just get straight back to the weather, because we got a jam-packed show for you today. Wednesday is going to end up bringing a pretty tranquil sort of break to the pattern that's been rather stormy. Clipper on Thursday will end that, and it gets pretty active into the weekend. So Wednesday, fair, win, right? Alright, losing somewhat, especially further off to the west. Late day snow showers, this is going to be starting with a Clipper. What happens Thursday night is that the Clipper gets a little bit more enhanced as it pushes east, drags in some cool air, picks up some Atlantic moisture, pushes northeast. So Friday morning, expect a coating to an inch from eastern Mass all the way up into Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Okay, so just watch out for some slippery conditions, especially further north and east you go. Many places, I'd say even Boston, you could be dealing with a type of event that could bring even snow falling in the very early morning hours. Should be mostly wrapped up by 8 to 9 a.m. except eastern Maine, which snows into the afternoon. And then by Saturday, we got issues. Alright, pretty substantial storm on the way. This is the way I'm sort of painting the picture for it right now. We've got rain all the way up to about southern Connecticut. I think it'll stay mostly rain in those areas. A mix. It could be a mix for a lot of southern New England. It could be rain to snow, snow to rain, or it could be one or the other. It's too early to say. So from Boston to Hartford to Providence to Worcester to areas back out west, north of I-80, you're pretty much looking at a very uncertain forecast. You're going to see what I'm talking about in just a minute. And then to the north of that, probably mostly snow from New England. Heavy snow farthest to the south. So let's talk about the models. This is going to be the AccuWeather page. And I'm going to start you off right now with the very latest and greatest. This is the, what is we looking at? European model. Okay. And basically this is what it does. So as we go ahead and through time, and I gotta zoom it out a little bit more, so just sort of to orientate you guys, here's New England, here's the Great Lakes, here is the Pacific Northwest, obviously some tons of storminess going out there, and here's the cold air that's really beginning to set in, almost developing sort of a bubble high type pattern by Wednesday into Thursday. Cold air really takes charge. Here comes that Clipper later Thursday. Friday becoming more amplified further east. And again, Friday morning, you're dealing with it in eastern New England. Here's the issue by the time I get to Saturday. And the Gulf of Mexico, the causer of all problems. You're getting it to feed moisture into a developing low pressure system that is actually out in Arkansas. And the moisture is mostly ahead of the system. And what happens is you get sort of a double barrel low. It might be ending up as a strung out mess as opposed to a really intense storm. So what you do end up getting is the high retreats, which means you go from snow to rain, this whole area, which would be a much colder solution than the GFS push. And then you see all snow for most of southern New England, and then going over to rain back in here. That's one solution. And let's take a look at the other solution. That was, again, the European model. Now, to be fair, the European model usually is superior in terms of accuracy to the GFS model. That doesn't mean you don't look at the GFS model. It doesn't mean you don't take it with a grain of salt. At this point, you should honestly take any model with a grain of salt. You should be looking at the general pattern and how it relates to what might happen. I'm going to show you the general pattern in just a bit. Here's the latest GFS model. Again, storm pushes through early. And this is, again, late Friday. Eastern Maine is really sort of getting into some pretty substantial snow. And then as you get on in towards later Saturday, you're looking at the storm developing. Now, GFS is kind of out there, okay? It doesn't really seem to be as in touch. Basically, what it does is it develops moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, like the Euro, except the Euro sort of keeps it like a strung out mess, and it's a constant flow of moisture. GFS grabs this moisture and goes north. It doesn't even continue to grab any moisture. It gets more off the Atlantic. But by the afternoon hours of Saturday, you got a well-developed storm system. There's no double barrel strung out, nothing going on. We had a fine low pressure center. To be fair, not too strong. It's only 1,006, so it's pretty weak actually. But we do see some heavy snow really anywhere north of the Massachusetts-Connecticut border. And you stay all snow in southern New Hampshire and Vermont. So that's always interesting. Which model will verify, GFS or Euro? Guys, it's probably going to be somewhere in the between. I'm trending towards the GFS as a general solution, just for the fact that most storms this year have produced more snow further north than expected. Let's talk about the general pattern, which at this point is going to consist of the North Atlantic Oscillation. The storm is going to be happening around the 22nd. And what are we looking at on the 22nd? A positive Arctic oscillation. I don't know how well it's showing up there. I think I need to zoom out. Okay. Around the 22nd, positive Arctic oscillation. Most models agree on that. It's not really up for debate. Alright, I wouldn't say it's beyond reasonable doubt, but it's not up for debate. Kind of contradicts itself, huh? Check this out. The 22nd, all of a sudden, negative Arctic oscillation, which does favor going a little bit further south, so I don't think it's going to be all rain for Boston, Hartford, Providence, Worcester, Manchester. Let's bring it home on the PNA. Where is PNA? What is... Okay, hiding from me, of course. You want it to be positive, guys. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but a wisp of a dream shows the GFS having a positive PNA just during the storm. Just during it. Wisp of a dream. What is this? GFS ensemble agrees. What is this? European ensemble agrees. What is this, the Euro? Not sure why I have sort of a Middle Eastern British accent. The Euro is slightly positive on Sunday. It's getting a little specific, but this is interesting, the whole positive right when the storm comes pattern. So that's why I'm pretty confident that we're going to get something out of this one. By the way, this is Portland, Oregon right now, I believe. I'm going to zoom in just to show you how impressive this stuff is that we're seeing. What happened, man? We should be getting the snow up in the Northeast. Nick Sayer, am mad about this. We should be getting snow, and of course, as with most things, gold and snow, the Pacific Northwest gets it all. That's it for now, folks. Have a good day, and stay tuned.